RSC finals for the Master and Premier tiers. These are our top tiers. This is going to be the spicy gameplay, the toppest of the tierist gameplay. I am your caster Rex tonight with Perino as my co-caster. We're currently being streamed thanks to the lovely Slime Rancher. These should be some spicy games. How are you tonight, Perino?
I am doing so well, Rex. It is great to be here on a lovely Monday evening. As you said, the top two tiers in RSC are concluding their seasons, and we get to watch the best part, the finale. So I'm super excited, and I think we have some phenomenal players coming up to give us some great games.
Yeah, the two matches we have tonight is Tempests versus Overdrive in the Master Finals, and then followed up by the tippiest of the toppiest, Premier Treachery versus Megalodons. This is going to be an absolute insane night to cast because both tiers are so good at the game, and it's just going to be a lot of fun to see what kind of crazy stuff happens on the pitch.
Oh yeah, I'm expecting to see some great highlights. I think we're going to see some really high quality goals. Definitely some insane plays coming out. So expectations are really high. These are the best teams in the best tiers. So, I'm eagerly awaiting the first game.
Yeah, and let's look at some of the stats for our first game here. If Slime Rancher will indulge us, it's Storm versus Overdrive, and an introduction to these players. On the Storm, we've got the stats man himself, Mr. SBV. All of your stats belong to me, Kazi. We've got the pass master. This man bends space and time to get the assists. You can't touch him on the field. E equals MC Hammer. And then we've got the man that builds winning teams and breaks other teams on the field. We've got Shamu. And then on the bench, which might not actually be on the bench the whole time. I don't know about Static, but He's coming in. He's bringing that static. He's got the disruptions. This should be a really, really great night for the Storm. All their players, great players, but Overdrive is their competitor. They've got the brains of the operation, Fusion Bleach. The man knows everything about everybody, and he will tell you how the other team plays while he's playing you. What a big brain boy. And then we got the Muscle Majestic. He is consistent as heck, and he does not miss shots. He will just beat you to every ball. But you thought he was fast. Get a load of Saucy, the fastest kickoff in Master. I don't think I've ever seen anybody beat this man. Got insane potential. He's dude is so fast and so consistent. And then followed up by our man on the bench, DJ Casualties. He's here hanging out. I don't think he's going to play tonight, but he's still a vibe nonetheless. Perino, is there anything you're seeing that's sticking out, standing out?
Well, I'm taking a look at these two rosters, and I'm just going to use some of my personal experience. I've played with some of these guys before back in my prime. I'm nowhere near as good now, but back in my prime, I think I'm looking at the two creative engines for these teams. On the Storm, I'm looking for Shamu, and on the Rock FX, I'm looking for Saucy. Again, these two players I think are really creative. They have the speed, they have the vision to find their teammates and put them in good spots to generate those goals. I think those are the two players I'm looking out for. Both great. And oh man, it's just gonna be so much fun to watch these two teams, because again, I think you have some really, really talented and creative players in this lobby.
Yeah, I mean, in this the first two that speak to me, Kazi and Majestic, those are the guys. Those people are 100% premier next season if they play next season. I know this is Majestic's last one probably, but what a send off it would be to just win one, Kazi, I think, is going to stick around, so we'll see him in premier next season. I mean, look at his 55 goals. That's like 20 more than the next person on his team. That's nuts. And as someone, my team played Overdrive literally the match before for them to get into finals, and they just whooped us. We just couldn't do anything against Majestic or Fusion Bleach. He's just so fast. Well, everyone on that team just works so well together. And when we played Tempests, I think we scrimmed them a few times. They are a team to beat as well. Look, I know it's not just Majestic on Overdrive, but Fusion Bleach, I've heard rumors from his teammates. The guy will just tell you how to play against a team in the middle of a match. He's just got that kind of brain for the game. And Saucy, that guy has such an insane kickoff. That was always a constant issue with us. It was like, oh, is Saucy on the kickoff? Okay, got to go really fast because he's gonna speed flip you. Are we fixing the name of the lobbies, or I believe we have an issue with the lobby? JCR?
I'm not certain on that, but I will tell you that, again, just such a phenomenal set of teams coming in. I'm looking at the records as well. When we take a look at the team stats together combined, Overdrive coming out with 34 wins this season. The Tempests with 30 for their own. The wins may be the biggest difference because you look down the line at the rest, and frankly, they're pretty much even across the board. 58 goals to 60 goals scored, 43 goals against to 41 goals against. Shooting percentage practically identical, only 2% difference. So, when you look down the line, I think that you have two of the best teams coming head to head in the final for a reason, right?
Oh yeah, both these teams definitely deserve it after their performances. I mean, I'm just excited to see some great Rocket League after we get these matches set up.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And Masters always been such a fun competitive tier. I love just seeing the conclusion of this season because I know how hard these guys work. And it's so difficult to find teams that really click. As you said, you're talking about that overdrive, just working in rhythm, working in tandem, and having that synergy. I was privileged enough to play with Saucy a long time ago, and one of the big things for him was just always being in the right spot. Giving your teammates the option and creating options for yourself and your teammates. Having that drive, so much fun to watch, so much fun to play with. But I am again, I'm a little bit washed at this point. This is why I'm up here, and that's why he's down there.
Yeah. Okay, if you had to pick a team to win tonight and by a score, what do you think's going to happen before anything happens?
Oh, goodness me. You're going to have to put me under that kind of pressure. I'm a fan of both teams in a best of 7 grand final. So difficult to say. I'll go Overdrive 4-2. Just because, again, I think my man Saucy is the difference maker. I think he's going to pop off tonight. I'm looking at him to have a great series.
Yeah, I think Saucy is definitely a great player to look and keep an eye on in these matches, but I personally will be watching Hammer. I think these games, it's going to be 4-3 Overdrive, but it's going to be a close banger series. It's Hammer, in my opinion, I think he just has too good of an assist game to overlook. He once let me in on his secret when I was on his team. He said he's got a widescreen monitor so he can see more of the field than the average bear.
That's awesome.
That's why his passes are such dimes. I was like, this is killing me. I mean, are we ready to go, boys? Slime, do you want to kick us off, or do you want me to tell him to go?
I know that I'm ready to see some gameplay. Again, I'm not playing, so I'm ready when everyone else is ready. You know what I mean?
Looks like we're getting in. Are you ready?
Born
the first
ready.
match of the Master Finals, everybody. Shamu and Fusion on kickoff, I believe, or Majestic and Kazi. This is going to be crazy. As the ball gets sent into the Tempest half, Shamu's going to get control of it, but he runs it right into Fusion. Hammer and Kazi, they're a little bit on top of each other, but that's okay. It's just the start of the game, though. This is one of those feeler matches. What can we get away with? As Kazi gets away with scoring a goal in the first 15.
Really nicely played here, and you can just tell the lack of boost an issue early on for the Overdrive from that kickoff. No pressure generated on their end. Credit to the Tempests coming out early, coming out with a purpose, immediately scoring the first goal. That has to feel really good.
That is going to feel amazing as Kazi puts another one on target. That was real scary to save. But again, we're going to go back into that slow gameplay as we kind of battle for midfield possession. As it gets sent into the blue half, Tempest Shamu is going to take control of it now. See if he can get it past Saucy, and he does, right into Hammer, who scores the second goal of the first game, 30 seconds in after that first one.
Yeah, and Saucy's just in a rough spot there. He has to commit to it, but such a difficult read coming out of that corner. Very, very well taken by the Tempests, who are on fire. They have come out swinging. I think they might have heard our predictions here on the desk, because they are coming out to prove a point, saying, hold on now, you might want to pick us to win this thing.
Yeah, I think they definitely came to play tonight and show off. Oh my gosh, as another shot comes through, Majestic manages to put that one away, but now Overdrive are battling for possession in their own half. Let's see if they can get rid of it. Try and move it up the pitch a little bit as Saucy tries to air dribble past Kazi, but now it's in Fusion Bleed's corner. He takes a shot. Shamu's there for it. Majestic into the backboard as it gets sent far and away. Fusion, what good communication there. Saucy backed off to let Fusion hit it as it goes high and it's collected by Kazi into the wall. Oh, a center. Kazi on the back wall. He's going to clear it out. Saucy's going to take it, though, right into Majestic, who gets control of it again at the mid. But Kazi steals it. in the corner again. Kazi has control right into Saucy, who hits it high. Shamu has to jump for it. He's awkward. Oh, but nobody's ready. But Majestic is, and he gets one back to put Overdrive on the board.
And a nice finish from Majestic here. You just have to capitalize on the mistakes when you get them. You cannot let that ball bounce in front of the net at this level. Players will absolutely punish. Majestic took no chances with that shot, just buried it into the top corner, and we have a ball game here.
And now it's down to 1 with 3 minutes left. That's definitely comebackable, as it's still in the Tempest half as they try to wring back that momentum that they had in the first minute of the game. Majestic up the field to Shamu. Shamu into the wall. Hammer with a pass. Oh, he just misses it, but it would have been a great look at Kazi there, who now has possession. Into the corner. Not that dangerous, as Saucer gets a possession touch to Majestic, and they dump it downfield. The demo comes through. Oh, Kazi right into fusion. That Batmobile hitbox coming in wonderful for him as he just collects this ball and gets it under control. But Kazi won't let the ball past him. Majestic with a dribble. It's all by himself. Gets the flick, but it's blocked by Shamu. Hammer in the air. Down to Shamu. Into the backboard. Can Kazi read it? No, he backflips. Majestic takes a shot and it's past Kazi to score and even the game up.
Just like that, we said it before, you have to capitalize on the mistakes. Kazi in the midfield there just hesitated, saw the ball coming out, wasn't sure if he should go right away, if he should try to turn and defend, and that split second is just all it takes. It's the difference between the goal and the save.
Hello, everybody. Chat, can you hear us? Chatting 1 2 3. Yep, chat.
Please cook up some
They hear
delicious
us.
pasta.
Thank
We need the
goodness.
pasta.
Any chatters in the chat? How did we feel about game 1? I know you kind of lost us there for a minute. As we just quick recap that game, Perino, if you could.
It was a tale of two halves, I think. The Tempests came out swinging very early in this game, but the Overdrive found their rhythm. They found a couple of quick goals, and then the possession play to ice out the end of that game from the Overdrive. So good. Once they had that lead, they just never let it go.
And it appears we are just immediately getting into game 2 here. But I feel like that was a pretty well said summary of the first match. But then again, those first matches usually are the feeler matches, so who knows? Maybe Tempests come out swinging in this next one. Majestic gets control of it again. It's over Kazi, but the double tap is blocked. It's sent back into Overdrive's half. It's sent high by Fusion. Now it's in the mid. What can Saucy and Fusion do aside from sending it into Kazi there? Big clear, but it's back into Saucy's hands. Saucy past one. It's in the midfield. Hammer into Fusion. Now it's high up the wall. Oh, the pace of this game has really sped up past the first game. It's high on the backboard. Majestic is going to collect it, but he hits it back into Fusion. It's kind of awkward, but Fusion is going to take control of it, try and buy some time for his team to get back because he sends it high. Hammer's jumped for it. Majestic beats him. High and into the ceiling now. Saucy into Fusion, who's going to take control, bring it into the corner, see if he can get it past a couple people. He can't. Kazi shuts that down. Saucy past one. Potentially past two. Past two, but it's blocked by Shamu. Majestic can take a shot at it, but Kazi says no thanks. Not your goal. Saucy runs it right into Hammer, but Hammer passes away for that one. Shamu into the corner now. It 50s wide into the mid, but nobody's home for the net there. Oh my goodness, that was really risky, but Majestic managed to make the save. High in the mid as Saucy takes a shot at the net, but that's cleared away by Kazi pretty easily. Not very dangerous as Majestic keeps it in the Tempest half. Fusion taking control. What a pass out from Fusion to Majestic!
Wonderful, wonderful touch here. You see Fusion out of the corner, has the read the whole way. Majestic cutting across, nobody out in front to defend this. The net is absolutely wide open when Majestic gets there, just perfectly taken by the Overdrive.
One up. Tempest trying to get one back, and they do. 3 minutes 16 left, and they have answered the call. Just so quick.
Yeah, Kazi has a tremendous read out of the corner there. He recognizes that both defenders are, right in front of him, so he takes a touch out of the corner, brings it back to himself. Tidy little finish off the kickoff for Kazi there. And that's what you need, though, if you're the Tempest, right? Because they've been struggling a little bit. Between the end of the first game and the start of the second one, hasn't been the smoothest sequence of events as they nearly got one there. That's the answer you need here as we're almost halfway through this one.
Yep, and an answer is returned from Overdrive. Fusion Bleach with an excellent assist. What a pass into the backboard over Shamu, but keeping it just slow enough the Majestic can just dump it right into the net, right in Kazi's face. 2 minutes and 52 seconds left. Still a 1-goal game. Overdrive are in the lead, but it is Tempests who have possession right now as Shamu unfortunately whiffs that one, gives it right to Fusion, who has the flick potentially. Hammer breaks that one up though. Some confusion in the corner on the Tempest half as Shamu gets bumped by Fusion, but it just can't make the shot. Oh my gosh, what a my heart, I'm having a heart attack. That was crazy.
And it's unbelievable that didn't go in. That shot went careening off the crossbar, just not quite low enough to get the goal, but still tremendously well worked by the Overdrive on that one. You can tell they've been mixing it up on offense. They've gone for some passing plays. They've gone for the physical stuff. Here's Fusion Bleach on the solo, but can't get it past Hammer. So they're going to offer the Tempests quite a few different looks, gotta say.
A lot of these looks are going to be off their backboard, I think, but Shamu has slowly gotten more wise to the fact that they like to play it high, and Fusion Bleach now sends it into Majestic, but Hammer is right there to block the switch up. Saucy just stopping it at the mid, 50ing Shamu, sends it high, but Overdrive with possession now. Fusion takes a shot, but it's a little bit wide as Kazi hits it right into Majestic. And Sauce, they're just reading every clear that the Tempests throw their way. And yeah, it is in the Overdrive half, but it feels like they just have the possession at all times. But a nice bump coming through. That might shift the tides of this match as Hammer sends it right back towards the net. That was kind of cheeky. Fusion up high, can he double it? Nope, Kazi's there. A misread by Saucy leaves Majestic by himself, but he cuts the play early. Hammer against Saucy. Hammer into the wall. Kazi into Fusion. The game is speeding up as we get into the final minute here, folks. Saucy into the corner, gets it past one, gets it past two, but nope, Kazi ends up coming back for it. Now in the Overdrive half, Kazi fortunately has to leave Fusion with the ball there, but Tempests still have the pressure. One demo. Kazi into Fusion. Hammer ends up pinching it with Majestic, and now it's a race for the ball in the Tempest corner. Shamu into Kazi, another 50, goes high in the mid. Majestic reads it, it's back towards the net. Shamu with the clear. And the Tempests waver this storm. Oh my goodness, almost couldn't. It's fine. It's still high in the wall, 6 seconds left. There is still time left in this game. Kazi puts a nice shot on net, but it's cleared by Majestic. A Hammer can't keep it up. As it gets sent back into the Tempest half, it will drop for game 2. Oh my goodness. I gotta drink some water. Reno, what you seeing?
Yeah, that was quite the sequence there at the end from the Overdrive. Just unrelenting pressure. I think we saw it a bit in game 1, but coming out in full force in game 2, just the speed of play that the Overdrive are operating on is just a different level. Every single touch has a follow-up. You know, there's a purpose and a position for every single player on the pitch at all times. It's really, really fun to watch, and they're just suffocating the Tempests out. Big difference in this one. The moment the Overdrive see the mistake, they capitalize. The first goal, is a bit of a tough read off the backboard. They capitalize on it. Second goal, similar situation, capitalizing on, some backboard defense, and that's all it takes for the Overdrive. You give them an inch and they're taking a mile.
Yeah, the Overdrive is not a team you want to give any room to, but they are so good at denying you any room yourself. And we're getting into game 3 here as a potential sweep is on the horizon, but I don't know. I think Tempests still have some fight in them yet, folks. Do not give up on the Tempests. I believe Kazi and Hammer and Shamu can pull out a definite W against the Overdrive. They've had some really great looks. Kazi is the player that needs to step up for them right now. As we get into game 3, Shamu dumps it for Kazi as it goes up the wall. It's in the Overdrive half right now. Some possession is gained by Overdrive, but they can't seem to get it out of their field as Shamu takes a pot shot at net. That is real dangerous. Nice save by Saucy as it's sent off the wall again. Kazi into the corner. He gets the first goal of game 3. Just, 27 seconds into it? I don't know how to count. 33? I don't know.
And they just capitalize on the pressure there. Both Saucy and Majestic really, really low on boost. That ball's bouncing in the corner. Neither player is really able to get after and make that challenge that we've seen, in the first 2 games. The Overdrive have been so good at keeping players behind the ball, as this may be another goal. Shamu? Excuse me? That's my captain coming through.
Shamu looking like Free Willy with the jumps here. flying over everybody to get a second goal, potentially some insurance for the Tempests. As we begin game 3, this is again one of those. I mean, we did see this in the first game though. They did go up 2 in the first 30 seconds, and it was wrenched away from them by Overdrive. So I'm just curious, does Overdrive come back in this? As we get Kazi, who's faking the whole defense. Hammer couldn't put it away, neither could Shamu. It's getting real dangerous from Overdrive. They're looking real scrappy right now. It seems as though Tempests have kind of figured out how to work against them. It's in their half now. Goes past Hammer, but it's still not dangerous. Kazi sends it into Majestic, who sends it high. A double commit, but it's not scary for anybody just yet, as Saucy sends it right down into Hammer. Alright, looks like the pace of play has sped up for Tempest quite a lot, folks. They are not willing to give up one more game to the Overdrive. They are really going to have to work for it, as they, I forget I said anything. I just cast a curse.
Yeah, it's a bit tough there. Fusion Bleach, I mean, give him some credit. He's just in the perfect spot. You know, he has, you know, the width to handle a big clearance, but he's also pushed forward enough that he can, you know, jump on that ball if it comes to him. And, you know, a bit unfortunate, I think, for the Tempest, you know, because that ball just ends up right on the nose of his car. Nobody home to defend the shot. You can see Shamu trying to get back there to no avail. It's just got to be tough, you know, for the Tempest. There's still so much time in this game, you know, just over 3 minutes to play, and you don't really want to sit back, right? You know, you don't want to sit on a lead with 3 minutes. You have to try to continue to push forward, but it's risky against the Overdrive.
The Overdrive will not. Well, they'll just suffocate you, and if you go. I mean, thankfully they got that insurance goal to keep them up in the game, but these Overdrive players, Fusion Bleach and Saucy and Majestic, they are just one absolute unit of players. They just know what's happening with the other players on their team at all times. They just have very few holes, but they see very many of them in the other team's defense as they find a second one to tie it up.
Yeah, but it's that same area, that backcourt defense has been haunting the Tempest, I think, a little bit throughout this series. Just unable to find a clearance. Saucy right there, you know, ready to capitalize on the mistake. Such an underrated skill in this game. You know, you have to anticipate the play, where it's headed, you know, and you have to be able to punish when teams make mistakes. Saucy in a great spot there, finds the goal.
Unfortunately, Shamu couldn't find the goal there. That was just a little bit too crazy off the sidewall, but those are definitely the ones you wish that you put in the back of the net, as Shamu sends another one at the backboard. Can he get this double tap in? No, he can't. It's saved by Majestic. Still in the Overdrive half, though. They can still get scored on. They are not out of the woods yet, as Majestic sends it right down mid, but Fusion Bleach is there. That's that gameplay I was talking about. They just know so well what their teammates are doing. And so everything is just a pass, the possession game. As Fusion just gets another touch into the air, it just kills it at the mid, so it's not dangerous yet. But Hammer might have a spot in a word, but nothing quite yet, as a demo comes through to no avail. It seems like demos are coming through, and some bumps from Shamu, and Hammer, oh, he takes a shot, but Majestic blocks it. It's just getting more and more creative from the Tempest offense here. You can see they are definitely trying to force a lot of separate angles and just new ways that the Overdrive haven't seen out of them yet, to hopefully just catch them off guard. But again, they just can't. For some reason, their midfield is just too good.
Yeah, and it's just the vision is, oh no, that could be a problem. Kazi, from that midfield area, is going to bring the Tempest ahead once more. It was Fusion. He was trying to get that ball over to Majestic, could not get the power behind it. And Kazi, again, said it a few times, capitalize on mistakes. What a great spot to be in, and he will take that goal every time.
Yeah, it seems I may have cast or cursed again as another demo comes. Just to get that out of the way. I know I said that it seemed like Overdrive was owning the mid, but Kazi just flipped that on its head, and he said, no, I'm going to just take it right where you think you're safe, and he puts them up one. As there's 30 seconds left on the clock. It is still not over yet, and if I am Tempests, I am going to hold on to this lead, as it is now my game to lose. And a demo comes through. Majestic takes a shot. Oh, that would have been absolutely insane. I don't think I would have seen anything like that in my entire life, but that unfortunately goes a little bit wide. It was a nice play, though, to try and get one at the end. Shamu hits it into the backboard. 1 second left on the clock. Kazi's just going to kill it as Tempest take game 3. Perino, now we have a match and a series on our hands.
Now we have a series, yes, a critical one for the Tempest. And you go down first 2 games, you just never want to put yourself in a spot where you have to reverse sweep. And the Tempests get it done. Shamu leading the top of the way with the cycle on the scoreboard, and Kazi with 2 critical goals of his own. Tempest really started to feel themselves that game. I think they're starting to get into that rhythm, and find those areas where they can generate pressure on the Overdrive. They went for some more physical play, getting the bumps and demos out, trying to push them off their game a bit, got them ahead here in game 3.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you summed it up nice there. Those bumps and demos really were starting to come through for Tempests, and I think really the sucker punch from Kazi there right at the midfield is what really won them this game. I mean, it was the final goal of the match, but I think if Kazi can find more looks like that, where he just snipes the ball from Overdrive right when they think that they're safe at the mid, then suddenly these games are going to start leaning towards the Tempests. I'm so excited for game 4 here, folks. This is going to be absolutely nuts. Oh, man. Kazi and Saucy on the kickoff. Saucy wins that just by a little bit, but it technically is not a win because it goes right to Shamu, who takes it into the backboard. Oh, my goodness. Almost an amazing double tap, but Fusion is just a brick wall. That man, you cannot get the ball past him when he is in net. Notorious for the saves as he tries to get a shot on target there. Oh my goodness, what is happening? It is just pandemonium in the final third for the Overdrive. And Hammer is just going to try and wheel this one out of there real slow after that speedy first start to the game. But now Overdrive have it. Saucy drops it right to Majestic, who's going to 50 Kazi. Just kidding. Kazi's going to hit that to the corner to Hammer, and away we go. It's over Saucy now, but he's going to take that safe into the corner, and things are going to slow down, definitely, I hope. My voice is going to go out if they don't. But Hammer with a nice flick. Fusion Bleach is there to take it away. Kazi with the clear. Saucy's left third to try and do something with it as he hits it into Shamu. But Saucy's there again. This midfield presence from the Overdrive is just so overwhelming. You can't seem to get it past them at the midfield. And if it does go past them, they just have a nice, well-timed, catch. I couldn't remember the name of it. As Majestic gets a excellent shot off of Saucy's pass off the backboard. Again, the backboard play is coming to fruition for Overdrive.
Yeah, it's a really solid challenge off the wall here, and Saucy wins that one so hard that it ends up going behind the defender the last minute. And it's so difficult when you're on the goal line to have to sit there and try and reverse direction to make that save. You have that player coming in on the wide angle, got to try and get across. Not an easy thing to do, and Tempests weren't able to get it there as Fusion makes a play of his own on defense, gets it by half the team seemingly with the demo on the goal line. So heads up play by Fusion there to prevent a very likely goal, I think, from the Tempests.
Yeah, the Fusion is just an absolute nutcase in his own third. It would be a miracle to catch him out in his own box. And it seems like they almost got caught out there, but Majestic is there to clear it away. Shamu's going to take a shot as he does, but Fusion again denies the shot, even though it was an absolutely clean look from Shamu. That's gotta be frustrating. And personally, when we did play them, it was extremely frustrating. It's like you can't. How do you even get the ball past this guy? It's that Batmobile hitbox, size of half the net. But it's also his positioning is just too good. Another backboard missed, and another awkward save by Kazi. They try to get it out of their half. Again, they're just trying to wrench away that momentum. Oh my gosh, awkward. Shamu gets 50'd by Saucy, and now nobody's home. It's just a nice little doink towards the net, but it goes over and wide. Again towards the mid. Majestic is there, though, and it's no one's home anymore as Saucy takes the second goal. That insurance. Much needed.
And the Overdrive, such a good sequence of play here. Majestic gets that touch off the post. Saucy on no boost, mind you. A lot of confidence to step up and take that goal. I know it looks open. It's not as easy as it looks when you're coming in there with no boost, and you have to score that one to give your team the insurance. Saucy coming up big time on that. He set up the first one with the challenge, knocks in the second. He's been big here in game number 4.
The demos are starting to come through, and Overdrive are trying to compensate for it as they send 2 for a save. But it seems like they're starting to get a little discombobulated, a little bit out of sorts thanks to these demos. Shamu goes for another one, but Fusion gets the pass off to Saucy. Majestic takes another one into the backboard, but Shamu's there. What an excellent catch, holy cow. Another one off the backboard, awkward to read, but nobody reads it actually, just kidding. Gets sent all the way back into the Overdrive half to restart. Saucy's going to take possession now, and as we slow it down, Shamu attacks the ball, but Saucy gets it past him as well. Again, another fake. Oh my, can someone, oh, there's a rule 1, that's what's happening. I was like, what the heck is happening on the pitch, everybody? Shamu almost gets the flip reset, but it is blocked by yours truly, Fusion Bleach. As it is now a 2v2. I appreciate the honorable play. Actually, Hammer almost has a real cheeky flick there over Saucy, but it doesn't get there as he reads it. Another demo coming through. Bleach with a shot on target, but Shamu's there to stop it, but Saucy is there to catch and read the mistake. 3-0 in game 4.
Yeah, the other thing I learned with Saucy is that you never really want to challenge him in the 2v2. He's such a good possession player. You know, he definitely carried me a few times in 2v2s. I'll give him that much. The man is just all over it. That's probably the last player you want out there on the field in a Rule 1 situation. So, Overdrive getting it done there in the 2v2 spot. I just respect the commitment to the Rule 1 so much. You got to give plaudits to both players there. You can never break it once you're locked in.
And the finals as well. That is brownie points. That's some plus rep for you as Overdrive take game 4 without an answer from the Tempests. I'm curious, maybe your 4-2 prediction does come true. Am I good, man? I say Tempests take the next game and then Overdrive finish them off. But you never know.
You don't know, and that's the fun part, right? The getting to watch the games unfold in front of you. We've been very privileged tonight. Both teams, I think, have been playing really, really well. But Tempest now with their back against the wall here, they have to make the run to try and take the series, and it's just so difficult to do. You know, we've seen the technical excellence on the Overdrive. You know, Fusion making saves, Majestic, hitting those shots, Saucy making unreal challenges, providing those assists. It's just such a difficult team to break down.
Yeah, I mean, you can even see like the saves on Fusion. He had 4 this match. That's pretty much half of the shots that the Tempest even put on net. And like all the other ones are, I mean, I think 2 shots went uncontested that the Tempest put on. And unfortunately they went wide, but that is something of its own right, to be able to deny a team that much throughout a whole game, even in a 2v2 situation where it becomes much more risky to challenge and even do anything with the ball. But game 5, everybody's loaded in, everybody's rearing to go, all the gas is revving. kickoff. Ladies and gentlemen, Shamu sends it high into Majestic. 50 away. Now it's in the corner. Do or die time for the Tempests, as it's now a 3v1. Shamu has to dive for it, and he does. Kazi sends a shot at the net. Wow, that was saved by Majestic somehow. I don't think any normal person could save that, personally. Hammer sends it away. But Saucy, again, this challenge game from him is insane. He just gets it past one, just off of a 50. Kazi takes a pot shot at net. Doesn't go anywhere as Saucy gets a nice clear out and away. Hammer drops it to Shamu, sends it into the far right behind the man, the myth, the legend, the brick wall, and he just can't get to it. First minute in, 1-0.
Yeah, and there's a break in the pressure there from the Overdrive. We saw it on that clearance, just nobody out there to really follow up on that touch. And the Tempest, so much time in the midfield there to take those touches. That's what'll do you in. You give these guys some space and some time in midfield. They're going to look for the plays. They're going to look for the passes. It was a great touch into the middle to set up that goal. And the Tempests looking alive here. They have to be.
Yeah, as you said, it is do or die, so you have to be looking alive out there for sure. Otherwise, your chances of winning a championship are down the drain. As Saucy takes a dribble up the field, but Kazi blocks it. What an excellent 1v1 play to keep them in it. Still up. It's sent far and away into Fusion. The Fusion gets a not so great touch, and Hammer's gonna be there, but Hammer gets a nice little goof touch, and Kazi gets the goal, put it up 2-0. I feel like I've seen this happening before.
Yeah, and Fusion was just rushing back, but Kazi in the better spot, just sort of wreaking havoc on that back line and not giving the Overdrive a chance to make the save. And how many times, Rex, have we seen the Tempest, they come out early, right? The question is, can they hold on? Can they keep it going? It's Saucy in the 1v1. Oh, and the hesitation into the bottom corner is so good. Watch this here.
Kazi's just trying to read the play, but Saucy has the play. He is just that one step ahead of him, and he sends it into the close post instead of the far post, and Kazi just can't get to it in time. But thankfully, again, that insurance goal from the Tempest keeping them up as a just in case. But again, it's these battles of attrition after a certain time, and it's how can we prevent Overdrive from scoring at this point now that we're up? As it's a wide open net. Just kidding. Saucy is there. Hammer into Saucy. Gets an absolute banger clear. And again, I think the only way the Tempests keep this game is if they hold the midfield, which, I mean, Kazi seems to be doing just fine right now. He takes a pass on, I guess that was more of a shot, but it looked like it should have been a pass to Shamu there. Hammer controlling it on the wall, trying to get it past one, but Fusion is there. He catches it on the ground. Again at the midfield, a bump comes through. Kazi into Saucy on the backboard. Majestic's going to have it from there. Hammer reads it though. Still in the corner. Almost a demo on the third man for the Tempest, but it doesn't come through, so Overdrive still have to stay on defense. An awkward ball. It's still high. There's nobody home for defense. Majestic's got to send it into the backboard and away. Hammer with the pass to Kazi, but Fusion again. Just denying every good look that the Tempests have. Kazi, oh my goodness, some excellent solo plays and a backflip and everything. Oh my gosh. He just breaks Majestic's axles.
Yeah, I don't think they're expecting the recovery there. Kazi, goodness me, gets the hop over the demo. It's beautifully well taken with the hat flip over the top. And then once he gets it, it's just a perfect first touch right past the last defender too. So clean from Kazi there. And that's just what the doctor ordered for the Tempests. You needed that quality of play to come through. It's such a big moment, 90 seconds left to play. You're up by 2 now. It's such a sigh of relief for the Tempest, but they might not be done yet as Hammer trying to keep the pressure alive. Saucy takes it out though. He's going to be looking to get it into the middle. Follow up from Majestic is above the crossbar. Hammer with an awkward touch. It's not fully cleared away. But with just over 60 seconds, Tempests holding on.
Yeah, just a minute left. Saucy takes a shot on net, but it's cleared away by Kazi, the star of this match. He has just been a thorn in the Overdrive side this whole match. And he's just taken out the man who is 50ing them all the time. And they just can't seem to get away from Kazi right now. Has Tempest found the secret sauce? Kazi again, preventing that touch at the mid, which he's going to be there again. He's got control of the ball. He gets it past one, can't get it past the other, but that's not a dangerous ball. 30 seconds left. Can Hammer do something with this? All he has to do, this is his game to lose right now, but he's going to win it! Pass Fusion with a cheeky touch.
Wonderfully well taken by Hammer here. Just saw the open net in front of him. Gets a little pinch on the ground. It's just enough to sneak it by the last man. And, I think I can fairly confidently say here at this point with Tempest up 4-1. I think they're staying alive for another game. 15 seconds left to play. It'd be something sort of a miracle for the Overdrive to steal it here, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, that would certainly have to bend time and space to actually even come back. So I think Overdrive are going to have to just call this game a wash in the hope that the Tempests don't look this good the next two games. And you are right, chat. Don't throw Overdrive is what seems to be the sentiment right now.
Yeah, or find a way to stop Kazi, one or the other, because goodness me, that was his game there. Kazi, we saw the phenomenal individual play, and a couple of times there, Overdrive just got caught out in the 1v1 scenarios. So
7 shots.
Yeah.
7. That's more than I think almost everyone in the game combined. Yeah, I think it's actually exactly ties them. 3 people with 1, 2 people with 2. Kazi was on an absolute tear that match. As we get into game 6, everybody, it is still do or die for the Tempests. Perino, now is the time. Make your prediction. Who takes this game?
Well, I have to stick with the original, right? If I said 4-2 at the beginning of the series, I'm going to stick with it here. I believe in the Overdrive, to come back and get it done. But we'll see, as Hammer's going to have a decent look early on. It was some physical play erupting on the goal line and still not really cleared out of danger for the Overdrive. So the opening salvo definitely going the way of the Tempest. Kazi to the middle, Shamu sneaks it underneath, and the Tempests will keep me quiet early.
Yeah, that was an absolute ripper of a pass, and Shamu just dunks it right over Saucy. There is no way that ball's being saved. It did rubber band, so that is unlucky, but that's just the way it is. Happens for some people, doesn't happen for others. Shamu. I think Tempests are feeling hot now. I think Kazi and Shamu are they're starting to get warm. All the jitters are gone. 1-0, it's only 40 seconds into match 6, but it seems like the mid-possession game is much, much less spooky. Just kidding. The backboard game is still spooky for them as it is tied up.
Yeah, and Saucy's going for this read here. I think he may have, screened the defender there a little bit. You're trying to watch the shooter, with the follow-up touch, and instead it's just Majestic coming through on that backside. He said, "Excuse me, Saucy, I need to score." And takes it right off the hood of his teammate, puts it in the back of the net. It's Majestic going for the double. Not enough boost to get back down, and off the crossbar is Fusion. Saucy is wide as well, and the Overdrive maybe feeling perhaps they should have had a second right there.
The Overdrive are going to want that one back as Saucy just accidentally sends that into the post. And that dangerous backboard play, but Kazi's there to read it this time as he is going to steal the ball from them and try and get it into the overdrive half. As Saucy gets a nice clear, but Hammer is there for the read. Can he get the double? He can! Kazi's there for it! It's gonna... Oh no, it bounces off the post! Shamu keeps it in the overdrive half, but Tempests are starting to really... I guess you could call this a swell of the storm, you know?
Oh,
They're, I don't know. I can't. I don't know what a Tempest even looks like, so we're gonna ignore me. As Overdrive still have the ball in their half. Fusion with a big clear out, but Kazi is just gonna block the pass to Majestic. Shamu getting beat up on the assist. Hammer's gonna try and get it out mid now, but Saucy is there to deny. Kazi in the corner. Can he get it past one? He can, but Fusion and Majestic are there. A double commit. That is spooky. Nothing comes of it, though. Hammer off the backward. Does he get the double tap? He does, but it's a pass back mid. Down to Kazi off the bounce there. That was a weird bounce, but they managed to get it out of their half. Hammer into Saucy. Still mid. Kind of dangerous, but not too bad. Kazi's going to get control of it now, off the backboard and away. Can the Tempest get that mid control that they've so been needing in these games that they lose to Overdrive? Again, that backboard, another point of contention for the Tempest, as Saucy whiffs at the mid. Now it's Fusion who hits it high.
It's coming down. Oh my. Fusion gonna pick up the goal right here, and just look at the read on this. You're gonna see the replay from his angle. That ball just hits the crease between the wall and the ceiling just right. Fusion Bleach into the bottom corner for the go-ahead goal for the Overdrive. So, you know, this is series point effectively for the Overdrive. Just under 2 minutes to play. It's a huge goal.
Yeah, this is going to be, a potential mess up on the goal line here. Hammer just has to send it. Oh, but Bleach is there again to clean up the mess. It doesn't matter. You can't get the ball past this guy. As Shamu sends it right into Saucy, but a nice catch there prevents further movement. Kazi with a shot at the top left corner. Majestic blocks it, though, and brings it back. As it is all cylinders are firing for the Tempests to try and get a goal back to bring us to Game 7. Kazi into Majestic, but again, that's not too dangerous. Ooh, a weird look on the corner. Can Kazi solo play his way to the net? He can! That's a minute remaining.
Oh, it's Kazi's world and we're just living in it. Beautiful first touch. Fusion tries to get him off the ball, unable to do so. There is just nothing, absolutely nothing Majestic and Saucy can do on the goal line there. Once he gets that first touch, it's all Kazi, all the way. The Tempests will not go quietly into the night.
Yeah, they continuously are making a racket for Overdrive, and that's going to go back mid. Oh my goodness, Hammer almost had a banger shot backflip there. Kazi again with another 50. And more demos and bumps are coming through. They are just beating the crap out of this Overdrive team. Uh-oh, a bump of their own team. But Hammer gets a nice wide clear. He's going to send that into the wall where Shamu is going to try and get it mid. But it seems to have died down now as Overdrive are just working on keeping the ball out of their half for the last 17 seconds. And Tempests are going to look to try and go to overtime or get some kind of cheeky goal in the last 10 seconds. Kazi and Saucy put it high, and it's down in front of the net. Fusion again putting it high. Majestic, the ball's in your court, but it gets sent into the backboard and away and down. As we go into Game 6 OT. Kazi gets it into Hammer. Hammer sends it at the net, but Saucy is there to clear it away. Uh-oh. Kazi's by himself. Another mid-touch sent away. A shot on target is blocked by Hammer. Majestic's going to put another one into the backboard, but Kazi's there. A miss from Saucy is going to make it awkward for the defense, but he's saved. Savior medal coming through for Shamu. Saucy with a pinch. It is, oh my goodness, just everyone's got the turbos firing in this overtime. Overdrive is not letting the Tempests breathe. They are not out of the woods yet as Hammer, it seems like they're just running low on boost, but Kazi gets a nice pass to Shamu. Shamu gets it high. No one's there for it.
Oh, Majestic!
It is just getting spicier and spicier as the ball is going faster and faster. They do not want to slow down while they have their foot on their neck. Overdrive again, keeping the ball in the Tempest half. It is getting even crazier. Kazi, do you have any boost at all, folks? Come on. He's running out to grab some as he is by himself in the other half of the field. Oh my goodness, so close. Shamu, is Hammer there? Does Hammer have to pass out? He does! Kazi's there! Oh, right into Majestic though. It's sent into the corner. Fusion by himself with the ball, gets 50 by Hammer. Saucy's gonna take this. It's a center for Shamu to read, but Majestic is now on the other half of the field, and Kazi's got the possession now as he sends it toward. Good, it's just a shot fest in overtime. Who can get this ball in the net? We will have to see. I am biting my nails. My fingertips are going to be off by the end of this game.
We've seen a couple of great looks from both teams, and debatably some chances that should have gone in. I think the nerves are coming out here, Rex. You gotta say, both teams have just been unrelenting at times, but that last bit of quality just hasn't been there yet. And wow, it's gonna be something with this one. It's 2.5 minutes already passed in overtime.
Yeah, Demo's coming through now. It seems like Overdrive are starting to get antsy, a little bit aggressive with their play as a bump almost onto Hammer. But he dodges it and prevents the final goal from being scored. Shamu into the corner now as the play is speeding up. A demo, Kazi into Shamu, but it gets him sent away by Majestic. Hammer's there to stop it at the mid. A double commit from Overdrive, but it is still sent high by Saucy. Fusion, way high. This is the danger spot for Tempest, but they managed to weather that storm. Haha. As Kazi sends it high. Hammer into the net, but it's sent away by Fusion. Shamu with an almost bump. Oh my goodness, the bump plays are coming through as it gets sent high off the backboard again. Another backboard play, but Majestic is there. It is coming down to the wire, folks, that neither team can lose this game. Kazi sends it high. Majestic with a touch into the backboard, gets control of it, but he accidentally drops it on top of Fusion, who's not ready for it. Hammer sends a shot at the net, but Fusion's there again, getting himself a savior medal. Kazi at the mid, solo play, does he do it? He does! Oh, he almost does! Just kidding, Majestic with the save! Good lord, the fake almost had him. Tempest! Can you win this? Take us into game 7, everybody. It's getting closer. Oh, Shamu with the fake. Can he pass it? No, he just shoots it. Kazi's there. The game is slowing down, folks. Hammer into the wall. Fusion's going to be there. This is sent high. Nobody's there. The backboard. Oh, Majestic has it. It's goal. 3 for the Overdrive and game 6. Oh, my goodness. What a series.
And what a tremendous finish that we got out of it as well. There is no Overdrive here this evening. They're going to be crowned the champions of the Master Tier this season. What a crazy, crazy finish that we just got to witness there. That overtime was just out of this world. We saw that beginning sequence where it felt like the Overdrive were just on top of the Tempests in every single way, but they held on the Tempests, and then they broke back out, and so back and forth. Every touch, every moment was on a knife's edge, but finally Majestic coming through the very end there with a little bit of help from Saucy gets it done. And wow, that was an event. Is everyone okay? Are we all still breathing? I'll ask you, Rex. Because I think you're struggling a little bit.
I just gotta chug some water. My heart rate is just spiked. I'm gonna have to call my doctor after this.